So I remember the first day I was sitting there and Chad engaged with John after he shared his piece, shared his poem, and he leaned forward and the comment he said was, I really appreciated the sort of intersection of anaphora and onomatopoeia as a way to bring attention to this poignant imagery that you delivered in the second stanza. And I was sitting there and I was just like, I was shocked. I immediately recognized how deeply socialized I've been to think of these men in a very specific sort of way. We don't remember that they are brothers, husbands. So part of what writing does is it gives them the opportunity to push back against these sort of pejorative ideas and notions around who they are, and to do it for themselves, and to do it in a way that is reaffirming their own humanity. So much of the work they've gone on to write has been these deeply personal and vulnerable pieces of their lives, and talking about their fears and their hopes and their dreams, and wondering if their children still love them, wondering if their wives still care about them, wondering if like anybody from their life before they were incarcerated remembers that they exist. Even though prison is this sort of ever-present part of their reality, it is not the sum of their reality.
The air is thick with ambivalence. The residue of those both forgotten and pushed away. A watchtower, too certain of its own authority. The slow grating of a mechanical door granting one passage in and out of the yard. The dull gray of clothing rendering life invisible against a backdrop of concrete walls. Barbed wire coils itself precariously around the edges of the prison. It can be difficult to tell what they are trying to keep in and what they are trying to keep out. Chain link fences standing upright as soldiers do. Only what they are told. Only what they have convinced themselves that they have been built for. But is anything built for what it ultimately becomes? Stripped of any agency it might have had when the steel was melded into a false deity, a pretense of human control. Did it dream of what else it could have been? The wheels on a child's first bicycle. The monkey bars from which they would swing to and fro. The car a family drives on a cross-country road trip filled with laughter and fighting and spilled ketchup across the floor. When did it learn it was to become a cage? But how can a cage become a refuge? A circle of men swallowed by the world's indifference, where the totality of their personhood has been diluted to a single act, that they have become singularly defined by the worst thing they've ever done. We don't remember that they are brothers, husbands, fathers, friends. We don't remember that they are people worth remembering. But their writing is a declaration of all that makes them whole. A classroom of men who refuse to forget themselves. Each word provides the sort of liberation a parole board can never grant. So often they write about their family, their children, how they want them to remember that their father is a man whose laugh could turn a room into a festival of rapture. How he would read them stories before they fell asleep to a world that didn't always make sense, but always made sense in his arms. It's the sort of thing that reminds them that they once existed beyond this place. that they still do.